Wednesday Wisdom.
We're back again on location here in Des Plaines.
With a good friend and a fellow business owner.
Hello, how are you two?
We're very good today. Good to see you again.
Yes.
You know what, we
always
talked
good
a
to see
lot
you.
about when we've wanted to come by for a long time and chat with you. And a few weeks ago we talked about your history and your connection to Des Plaines. But then Robbin and I had conversations about, okay, we really want to support businesses that our friends own and local businesses. But how do you go in and talk to the funeral director?
Right.
It's interesting, but we finally figured it out. Things here just seem different in a good way.
Good.
And you were just telling us as we were kind of chatting before this that you had the opportunities to kind of create your own vision for the funeral home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was different because I didn't inherit a funeral home that was existing.
See, and I didn't know that was such a big thing.
Yeah.
They usually just stay in the family and the kids take over, or the nieces or nephews, or some family member takes over.
So when I built and designed the funeral home, it was only one of two individual funeral directors that didn't have a deep family connection to multiple funeral homes in the northwest suburbs at the time, and still
you're a trailblazer.
You're just that unique now, aren't you?
Yeah.
What was this building before? Was it always a funeral home and you just took it over, or what was it before?
No, it was just kind of a stroke of luck. A realtor, a local realtor, a longtime guy, Ralph Martin, who owned Kunkel Realtors.
Yes.
Big old name here in town for years and years.
I remember them too.
I had gone to him for some advice on a different piece of property.
Oh, okay.
And he said no, and he explained multiple reasons why in his experience that he didn't feel that the property was sufficient to their bad location. And so then he walked me down the street and showed me this brick ranch-style house sitting here in the middle of a field in downtown Des Plaines.
I remember it. I remember it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You would drive by, and most people didn't even know that there was a house here. But there were a lot more trees out front, and you really couldn't see the house.
Mm-hmm.
And the house had really good structure to it. It was a nice size, and I met with several architects and found an architect that specifically just designed funeral homes.
Okay.
And the two of us worked out the design, and it came to me right away that I wanted to serve one family at a time.
So only one.
There's not multiple funerals going on at the same time.
Exactly. We have
one parlor.
One parlor, one visitation room, one parlor, one chapel. There's a bunch of different names that we use for it, but the visitation room, the gathering room that we have.
Okay.
And in designing it, the architect didn't like the idea at first. He said, "Oh no, funeral homes have 2 and 3 chapels." And I said, "No, I think this will work for the community, that we would build it with just one really nice sized room, and then when a family is here, they get the whole building to themselves and all of our staff." And
it's an intimate setting for them then, where all the attention, you can take care of all of their needs.
Yeah. And it's really worked out well for families that way, but also for us. The frustration of trying to schedule multiple families at the same time is reflected on one or both of those families, I'm sure, at different times. I've worked at funeral homes that had multiple, visitation.
The stress level is entirely different. It's much easier.
So they feel better, they walk in and families will be there with little kids and they're hushing them, and I jokingly will walk up to them and go, your kids are only bothering your family, so if your kids are bothering you, they're yours, so it's okay, you don't have to speak in hushed tones because it's just your family here, so.
And you're not worried about paying any disrespect to another family.
Right, walking into the wrong room.
Oh my gosh, how many times have I said that growing up? You don't have to worry about the directory on an arrow going one way or the other. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Everybody has their own personal comfort level of what they want.
Well, what we did with that too is, I think it's from the people that I was brought into the funeral profession with, was the very hands-on and direct contact with everybody that comes in, we always have someone standing at the door.
Right.
Yes,
And
I can attest to that. You do.
yeah, and I think that people are more comfortable when there's someone that greets you when you walk in, they say hello, and they tell you that the Smith family is down the hall, even though it is only the Smith family down the hall. So you can see people kind of get relaxed right when they walk in. You know, they go,
That you found the right place.
yeah, I'm
We're in the right
here,
place.
I know where I'm supposed to go, and if they ask where the restroom or the lounge is, we don't just say it's down the hall to the right. We ask them to come with us, and we take them over to that, whatever they've
I
asked.
must say that every time I've come in here, it's a very comfortable atmosphere. It's not, yeah, it's
Good.
very homey here.
And I think that's even the same if we've come in and, you know, either drop things off, looking for you, one of your staff, helping a family or a friend after a funeral, either collect flowers or, you know, something that they needed, because you never know.
Right.
Everybody's always been so very kind and over the top helpful and, you know, just a good experience. And of course, when you answer the door, it's a little bit different.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Well, we've been blessed to find people that have this, either fall into our mindset or already had that mindset with us, you know, which is, you know, a blessing, and it moves things, you know, really forward nicely for us. And we try to be innovative too, you know, the things that people want, you know, with the type of
You'll
services.
adapt to whatever's needed, the family needs.
You know, we've, just in the last few months, we've had Frank Sinatra impersonators here at funerals, Elvis
Really?
impersonators. You know, bagpipes and organ music is just passe at this
Oh,
point.
really?
So,
That's
yeah.
old now.
Oh yeah.
I thought it would be
Elvis is
Yeah.
the new.
We've had a jazz guitarist here for a family. You know.
Do you have the resources for that, or
Yeah,
they bring them
we
in?
will find you anything that we
Whatever
feel that we can. You know.
Oh, so
Yeah.
in talking through what the family would ideally like to see, which could be more of a celebration of life,
Mhm.
sometimes what's going to make that even more special?
Right.
So you almost become
They're
a
counselor.
concierge
The
in some
concierge,
ways?
exactly. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So where we used to do a lot with, you know, caskets and moving people around that way with hearses and things, because people are being cremated more often today.
Okay.
Those services are a lot more personalized and specific to that person. And
Oh, I like that.
so, you know, we'll sit with somebody and they'll say, you know, Dad loved Frank Sinatra. And they sometimes say it jokingly, and then we can look them in the face and say, well, how much of that do you want to have represented as a part of the service?
Okay.
Is it just a poster of the Rat Pack, or do you want that music played over the sound system? Or would you like it live? We can do that for you.
I absolutely had no
Custom funerals.
idea.
Now, I don't do any of the singing, but we have found
Very disappointed.
I've been trying to learn the
You
bagpipe.
trained the singer, right?
Yes, yes.
You
We
trained
trained
the
him to be
singer.
polite while singing, and not to actually smoke. Yeah, so no smoking in the
That
back.
would be a problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we had this chat.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
learned some things.
Yeah, you
You're
guys are
located right here on Graceland.
Yeah.
right here
in Des Plaines.
in the heart of downtown Des Plaines.
What's the address of the funeral home?
745 Graceland Avenue.
GL Hills Funeral Home.
GL Hills Funeral Home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A single parlor.
Serving one
Customer
family at a
service.
time.
One family at a time.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for chatting.
Well, thanks for
Being
coming
our
in.
friend for 30 years,
Yes.
supporting our business. Glad we could come here. And so,
30 more, I can see it coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
sounds awesome. All right.
Great.
Thank you, everyone.